Hello, you guys. So I'm super excited today because I actually was recommended appliance boot camp from one of my patrons. And I felt really blessed when she recommended him because, you know, so many of my ladies here, they are hard to impress. They're very hard to impress. And she is one of those ladies that she gives smoke to everybody and she just really is not feeling anybody. But she came into my DM and she was like, but this guy, I have somebody for your series. So I will take it as a high recommendation because she even gave Brother Macon a hard time. I know. I know that she must have really respected what she heard from you. And so, the purpose of the Black Men's Leadership Series, and I know this is very impromptu, I kind of threw this one on you guys, is to make sure that we are introducing you to Black men that are building within the community, that are creating frameworks that benefit our people, who have a heart for helping our people, and also to introduce you to leadership mindsets, just to do a juxtaposition from a lot of things that we hear with individuals who we have vettable work, right? Have vegetable work that we can support, that can benefit us and our families, and that we are able to be inspired by. So I'm very happy to have you here today. And I'm sure some people don't know a lot about you. So why don't you start with what Appliance Bootcamp is, what it is you do, and why you got started?
Okay. For those that don't know, my name is Michael Sneed. I'm the founder of Appliance Bootcamp. Appliance Bootcamp is a online and also a physical school that I've created a little over a year ago now, where I teach men and young ladies how to start their own appliance repair business. I'm teaching entrepreneurship. I have people come here, and I'm from the understanding they don't have to be going to school for 4 or 5 years to learn how to do something. With technology and stuff we have today, we can cut that time down significantly. People come here for a weekend. People come to my actual school for a weekend, and that weekend I can teach them how to repair all the home appliances, how to go out and get contracts, how to register their LLCs, how to take advantage of the tax laws, how to actually allocate their funds with about 5 banking accounts, and teach them how to start a $100,000 plus per year job. Appliance repair is the last of the skilled trades. It doesn't require you to have a state certified license like plumbing, HVAC, electrical contractors. They have to go to the state and take a state test, and that state test have less than a 5% pass rate. Appliance repair pays about the same. So when appliance repair, you don't have to have a state license in order to start it, and you make about the same amount of money as you would if you had an electrical contractor license or a plumber's license. So with appliance repair, I teach them how to go out and get contracts where they can make $85 per hour and more. Right now, we have what we call a before 12 challenge and an LQ challenge. The before 12 challenge is at 12 o'clock, everybody go online and they post how much money they made before 12 o'clock every day. What my saying is, you come to Appliance Boot Camp. The Army say they do more before 9 a.m. than most people do all day. I tell you that I teach you how to earn more money before 12 than most people earn all week. And the LQ challenge is for people who haven't quit their jobs. A lot of people come to my course, they quit their jobs and start building wealth for their families. People who come to our courses who haven't quit their job, who's still working and they're doing their business part time, they do what they call an LQ challenge. So they post how much money they earn every day outside of their job at the end of every day. And we're doing that, and we're having people who quitting their jobs left and right. Not only do I teach them appliance repair, I teach them everything that I've done throughout my years to actually create my money. They get a garage door training course. They get a blender course, so they'll know how to actually go out and fix the blenders that you see in Tropical Smoothie, Subway. They'll get a dry bid cleaning business. All these businesses actually earn you $100,000 a year more. Also, I just started an ice cream parlor business, homemade ice cream parlor last year. They're getting that course. I'm writing the business operations for that now. I like to do it for a year to go through and vet it out. and let you all see me building it with my own hands. I'll pay cash for the buildings that I get. I'll show you how to actually start your appliance repair business. It kicks off enough cash flow that you can actually then go to our communities. I'm going into the African American community, and I'm gentrifying it and building my own Black Wall Street. We keep talking about Tulsa. I'm building my own Tulsa. I buy the buildings and the commercial buildings in our communities, and I'm putting businesses in them. And I'm hiring our people to work in those businesses. I'm hiring our people to actually rebuild them, and I'm teaching them how to rebuild it. And once I go through a year of running that business, and I learn the nuances in it and how to make the money in it, I teach y'all how to do it. I'm also having a gourmet popcorn business. You might see it in the chat. You can go there. You can buy some of our popcorn. We can ship it all across the United States. I love to ship you some of our popcorn. And that's all I'm doing. I'm teaching entrepreneurship, and I'm a real live entrepreneur. I create businesses, and I create them in front of you. I let you all see me go purchase the building. I let you see me write the check for cash. I let you all see me take young men off the streets. I go get them right off the street. I bring them in here. They have never swung a hammer before in their life, and I teach them how to build these buildings back from scratch. And we've actually put businesses in them. So you get to see all of that. I document it, so you know that I am the real deal. And you also get to see how when I bring the checks in and stuff, you see the people who came through my courses when they bring those checks and they start to post them. We had a challenge one time. You could find any career that you wanted. I don't care who it was. You bring a career out to us, and we verify how much that career paid. And I would go out through appliance repair, and I'll beat it because I tell everybody appliance repair is the last of the skilled trades, and it's the jiu-jitsu of the skilled trades. Just like Horse Gracie, when he came into the UFC, was kicking everybody butt. I said appliance repair kick everybody butt. So they go out and they'll find a career. The last career we done was a heart surgeon. A heart surgeon earns about $240 per hour. And that's the best of the doctors is a heart surgeon, $240 per hour. The best of the best of a appliance repairman is somebody who do seal system work, refrigeration work. So I put those two together. So they told me see if I could go beat them. I went out there and I done some seal systems jobs for that next day, and I was making about 450 per hour. So I double his money, and we started getting so much hate mail we had to actually stop the challenges. But yeah,
Can
that's what I do.
we I want to, because it's so much information you're putting out. I want to back, first of all, I want to co-sign the refrigeration work because I think I'm so glad you backed it up because I personally know somebody, and he's Hispanic. He's not African
Mhm,
American, and
mhm,
more of our men, and I don't know how common it is for women to do this, but our men and women, if you're interested, in doing this, he literally makes bank and he fixes the refrigeration systems where they store the food, the
mhm,
warehouses before they take them to the grocery stores. And
mhm,
there's a huge amount of money in maintaining those systems. I really like what you were saying, just to kind of back it up a little bit. He was speaking of gentrifying our own areas by putting institutions in there that are recession proof and that are skilled trades that earn you six-figure incomes without jumping through all of the hoops. I know one of my patrons works in welding, and she's put
mhm,
out a lot of money to get into those. So normally with
mhm,
skilled trades, there's a lot of schooling, a lot of money that goes into that. There's a lot of issues just getting into the right places to get the best pay. You're saying all of that can be avoided because this is one of the unique skilled trades where you can get training and then immediately jump into the field without jumping through the licensing and all of those additional hoops. Am I correct in that
Correct.
understanding?
Correct. It's the one that nobody thinks about, and it encompasses everything. Appliance repair, you have to know electrical, plumbing, and HVAC, refrigeration, in order to do it. So once you do it, once you get into appliance repair, you really get all the skilled trades in one. And you can go out then, and a refrigerator is the same thing as a heating and air conditioning unit. So it just the heating and air conditioning unit is just bigger. So from appliance repair, you can then go out and you can buy these buildings, you can buy these houses, and you have the skill to actually then go back and make the repairs to the actual system. And yes, they require you to jump through a lot of hoops to get a welder's license, to get a HVAC license, plumber's license. And the reason why, when we got out of slavery, we were the skilled tradesmen of the country. Coming out of slavery, we built everything. So we were the blacksmiths, the carpenters, all that stuff. And when we left the South to go up north, we were beating everybody. And the whites up in the north got mad, and that's why they made the trade unions and stuff to keep the black people out. They said in order for you to be a blacksmith or a carpenter, you got to be a member of the union. They wouldn't let black people get into the union, so that forced us out of the skilled trades. And when they done that, we couldn't operate anymore, and that's why they still have it today, where they have all of these hoops you can jump through. You know, to get a electrical contractor's license, you got to work for somebody for 5 years. Then after you work for somebody for 5 years, you got to go ask that person to sign off on your hours with the state. And as soon as you go ask somebody to sign off on your hours so you can get a contractor's license, they want to know why you need this license. I'm gonna open my own business. For what? To compete against me? No, I ain't signing off. So they'll make you quit and don't turn your hours in. If you do perhaps get them to turn your hours in for you, then they got a test waiting for you. And that test is not to see how much you know and to test you to see your knowledge of electrical contracting. The test is there to make sure that only so many licenses get issued per year. Because if they issue a lot of licenses, then the people who currently have their licenses devalue. They go down, and the prices of what they can charge for their services go down. So they have to make sure that they keep less than like 5%, 2% pass rate of people going to take that test. If they start getting too many people pass the test, they got to make the test harder so they don't have too many people entering into the actual field.
So you're saying that these roadblocks were put up to keep Black people out, and then even if you're diligent, the system is built so that it's never oversaturated with skilled labor to keep these jobs high paying and inaccessible. And for your part, what you've done is you found this sort of niche where you can circumvent all of that. And then at Appliance Bootcamp, you guys are actually training people to get into these fields. I love how you said you're literally just taking people off the street. Is this something that they can see over on your YouTube channel? Are you documenting it over there?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I document it all the time. We just bought two more buildings, and I show you from scratch of me going to the buildings, how they look when we first walk in, and how bad they look, and I show you throughout the process of me building them every week, making the progress until we actually put the business in there and up and running. And then from there, you see the customers coming in, and you can come taste my popcorn, you can come taste my ice cream. You can come here and actually put your hands on it and see our product. Not only that, you get to see the people who come through my courses. We have young ladies that come through our courses too. Some of the best business owners we have right now is a young one of the best business owners we have is a young lady we call Miss Ward. You might want to get her on your channel. She's killing it in this game. She's one of she came in and became a nationwide leader in the appliance repair field. We have another young lady, Girly, we call her uppercase G, but Girly Appliance out in Louisville, Kentucky. She just won $25,000 last Saturday from Lowe's, minority contracts. So Lowe's paid her a $25,000 check. So yeah, we have women here, and people come here have never touched, a lot of them don't even know what a pair of pliers are. And I teach this. This is not no long course. This is a weekend. People come here over a weekend, and I teach them everything and put them out there, and they're making $100,000 in less than a year.
I want this to be really clear because one of the reasons that you were recommended to me was because of the fact that the woman that recommended you recognized that there's a high turnover with this. So we've interviewed people, and the fruit of what they're doing may not be seen for many years down the road. Let's say they're
Right.
working with children. Those kids have to grow up. You're doing something that can benefit adults right now. Like they can come take your course today. A Black man or a Black woman can come in there, take your course over the weekend, and be able to walk out there with a usable skill that can automatically earn them money. And you're also doing some partnering where you are actually purchasing establishments and establishing businesses in those places that can help build up like a larger framework within the community. So is that accurate? Like this is
Oh
an
yeah.
immediate sort of okay.
Yeah, it's very accurate. You come take the course and you apply the knowledge. You have your money back and you be up and running in 2 weeks. We have this. This is how this is. This is our track record.
Because
People,
this is unbelievable, right? Like
yeah, yeah,
when
yeah,
people hear, you mean to tell me that I can take a course and I can totally change my life? That's
yeah.
hard for people to accept, right? So,
Yeah, yeah. This is our track record. We have people when they show up, they have quit their jobs. When they show up to come take the test, they have quit their jobs. That's because they've seen over the past what we have done, and they have quit their jobs because they know it's going to work. Because what I'm doing, I'm not giving. Unlike other people who give you courses and give you and try to be mentors with businesses or whatever. They haven't done it. They never ran no business. I ran an appliance repair business for over 20 years. I know this business. I know this business. I've done this business day in and day out for 20 years. So when I come to you, you're getting my actual blueprint that I'm allowing you to skip those 20 years that I've had. So I can tell you everything you need to know to run the appliance repair business. I can tell you how to go get calls. I can tell you how to repair everything you need to know about our appliance repair business. I can tell you because I've done it. So it doesn't take you all no 5 years to go to here and go to school. No 4 months of looking at videos. It's not. I have narrowed it down to the point where you can do it within a weekend. I got numerous of testimonials of people who have done it. You go to my channel. I don't. I have call in. I have call in channel. So I can't stream the calls, and you get people who's actually taking the courses that's calling in. We have at one time people won't believe in us that people were making this money and lives were changing. So we just started posting money, posting our deposits every day from our contracts and from going out to customers, and we're posting money out so much that people got mad and they started threatening us because they were mad that we were showing the money. We also getting people who begging us to stop putting people out here because they don't want the competition. They saying, please stop telling people about this industry. I got too many people showing up competing against me now. But I'm going to tell you, these African American men and women, they said during the Civil War, it was you could barely. The general said when he walked through the camps of the black troops, every troop that he went through was trying to learn how to read and was studying, and he couldn't believe their thirst for knowledge. Well, the same thing with this appliance boot camp. These guys are up studying all night and reading schematics. It took me 4 years in college to learn how to read schematics, and I still couldn't read schematics as me working as an engineer. These guys are learning how to read schematics within 2 hours in this course, and they're going out making this money. And like I say, and not only are we making this money, I'm showing them what to do with the money. I'm showing them my exact blueprint of how I pay cash for houses, how I pay cash for the buildings, how I actually put businesses in it, and they're following my blueprint. So that's why
and
I don't tell them to do nothing that I haven't done myself.
so Vaughn Stevens brings up two really good. One's a point and one's a question.
Okay.
So, well, three questions apparently. So, number one, the first is, can this? Let me give you all three because they're short. I think you'll be able to answer them all. Can this benefit those who are coming out of prison? Is this something viable for somebody that maybe has a criminal history and is unable to get other types of work? Are the classes virtual? And where are you located? And you guys, uh, some of those answers can be answered. I'm going to let him answer them himself, but you'll see that all of the information for him and his organization are pinned to the comment section of the chat. But can you answer those? Can somebody who has a criminal history, are they able to benefit from this? Where are you located? And do you offer virtual classes or only in-person classes?
Okay. Criminal history. I'm not teaching you to go out and go get a job. I'm teaching you how to start a business. So when you go start a business, your business ain't been to prison. When you go get a contract, they're not doing a contract with you. They're doing a contract with your business. Just like if you was working at Lowe's, Lowe's don't do a contract with the employees at Lowe's. They do a contract with Lowe's. So what the other company's gonna look at, they're gonna look and see if your business have the proper insurance. That's it. So when you go register your LLC, I teach them how to register an LLC, and I got the paperwork right here. It's not for like 5 questions you got to answer to an LLC. You don't have and this is start a business. You don't have to put your social security number down. They don't ask if you've been to jail. You don't even have to put a mailing address in. You don't have to give them no phone number. You just tell them, hey, this is the name of the business I want, and this is where you can send the mail to, and that's it. Nobody sees what goes on with your business. Your business ain't committed no crime. So that you starting a business. So yeah, it's the best thing for somebody who's coming out of prison to start a business. It's a whole lot easier to get a contract than it is to get a job. I can get a contract in 15 minutes. It might take me 8 months of sending out resumes and still don't get a job. The other thing, yes, we do have virtual classes. It's a combination of virtual and hands-on. You pay for the course, you get access to the online training, and you need to constantly keep looking at the online training. It's not nothing that you just look at one time and be done with. You constantly look at the modules, and you constantly keep looking and learning. And those you're gonna do it if you never touched a pair of pliers before and don't know what a screwdriver is, and if you're somebody who needs a little bit more confidence, then we have a physical location you can come to, and that physical location is in Selma, North Carolina, right outside of Raleigh. But most of the people, you can just do it online. If you can look at a video online and know how to change the alternator on your car, then you don't need to come to the hands-on live event. The hands-on live event, I'll be honest, because now most people, I want you to start your business before you come. It's kind of like doing your homework before school. If you do your homework before you go to class the next day, the teacher knows what problems you have and can help you. But if you don't do your homework and just show up in class, the teacher got to start teaching everything from scratch, and the class don't move as fast. So before you come, I want you up and running in your business. So when you get here, I can help you with problems that you actually have within your business and not have to start teaching from scratch. We started off at the beginning. I was just teaching it physically here in the class, but when COVID hit, I had to go to virtual, so I put the virtual stuff out. The virtual stuff is very good. It's doing very well, and I do now a combination. You pay for the course, you get the virtual classes. Like I said, not only do you get the appliance classes, you get all my other business classes and any other businesses that I add on. You'll get those. Also, you got a lifetime membership. It's not something you get and you only got 30 days. You got it for a lifetime. And also, like I said, if you want to come to the hands-on live event, you can come to the hands-on live event anytime you get ready. You can come back as many times as you want. We have an alumni corner for when every time we have a hands-on live event, we have alumni that fly back in town because they want to see the new crop, and we hold people accountable. That's the other thing too is we care about this brand and we care about who we're putting out here into this industry. The alumni
Can
come back.
we,
Go ahead.
I want to say, I just want to back up for people that are just coming in. I want us to be clear on what we're talking about here. He's talking about a skilled trade job. The only one, is it the only one to your knowledge that is left where you don't have to get a bunch of certifications, have a lot of expensive schooling, all of this? It's a type of skilled trade, which is appliance repair, where you're able to go in, simply incorporate as an LLC, and start a business as long as you have that knowledge, right?
Correct.
Without jumping through the red tape of, let's say, becoming an electrical engineer or a welder or some other skilled trades. It's an industry that you can easily make six figures in, and his purpose is to enable Black people to be able to re-gentrify their areas, gentrify their own areas, to build institutions and businesses within their own areas through having a skilled trade that allows them to be self sustaining and business owners versus employees. And the course that he teaches is a course that it's immediate results. So he's saying it's a course that is over a weekend.
Mhm.
It was originally a physical course, right? But with
Mhm.
COVID, you added a virtual aspect, and now it's an integrated course where there's a physical and virtual aspect. And
Mhm.
for the lifetime of your business, people are able to come to you and say, okay, I'm having trouble getting contracts. How do I do that? Or I'm
Mhm.
unsure how to do this. And you are always available for them to come for those in person courses or make a phone call, send an email, and you will help them because your heart is to help them, right? Um,
Correct.
what is your motivation? Like, is well, obviously, money can't be your motivation if you're just allowing people to come back to you forever and ever. But
Mhm.
what is your motivation for starting? Like, is it because somebody had faith in you? Is it something that was innate in you? Is it something you discovered work for yourself and you figured it was something that was able to help our people? Like, what is your motivation for even sharing this information and trying to help other people get into this line of this field?
For one, as an entrepreneur, I look out and I saw that we're actually getting we're getting exterminated. People just don't realize it because we're so comfortable in America being on the bottom, and we don't realize we're getting exterminated. We're getting exterminated. And I knew that the whole time, but I didn't realize. I thought I was doing pretty good, and I thought everybody was doing pretty good. If you look at social media and you look at Facebook and Instagram, and you listen to everybody making $100,000, and I thought the same thing when because I was looking at Facebook and I was telling people, hey, you need to come into appliance repair. And I can show you make $100,000, and all my friends and family they said they didn't want to do it because they were living good. So I believe that. And I didn't push it that hard. And then I had two Indian business owners. My two Indian business owners, partners, we had a appliance and furniture store that we built together. And every Saturday, they would come around with their friends. It'd be like 10 of them in a minivan, and they would come to the business, and we'll go over the books, and then they'll go look at the other businesses, and they own like a Walmart shopping center, and they own all the businesses in there too, all the property. And so I asked him one day, I say, Abdul, what y'all doing every Saturday? He said, we go around and we look at all our different businesses and properties, and all of their families, they marry together. You know, they have to, their kids and stuff marry each other, and they actually build businesses together. They've been doing this for hundreds of years, all the way back. They can go back to India, and their family, those families, been doing building businesses and stuff together. So I asked him, I said, let me ride with y'all one Saturday. He said, okay, fine. I got in the van, rode with them, and we went all through Wake County, and we rode a whole day, and we couldn't get to all the property and stuff that they own, and all the businesses and stuff that they own. And they were owning everything in the black community, and they'll show me the plans. We'll go to Southeast Raleigh, and they'll own 2 or 3 blocks in Southeast Raleigh, and they would show me. I would see now all these black people, but then they'll show me the plans of how this is going to look in 5 years. And I'm looking at the plans. I don't see no black people in the on the plans and on the drawings. I said, where the black people going? And are they going to evaporate? And at that time, that's when I realized I wasn't doing anything. I was living okay, but I realized as men, my friends and I, we weren't doing anything compared to these guys, and we were just as smart as they were. So from there, I got my friends together, and I said, we need to start doing like these guys. These guys kicking our butts. We need to start having us an investment group and go around and start buying up property and stuff and building businesses. So I finally, after about 4 or 5 months, finally convinced 10 friends of mine. Well, it won't 10. It was like 5 of us to actually go with my business partner, and he took us around to some of their property. And then we get to they were building a food line shopping center, an athletic center, and they had like a pizza restaurant they were building. We get there, and he opened up their bank accounts and the books so me and my friends could look. And he had the ability. He had liquid cash over $30 million, so he could actually write a check for $30 million and didn't have to ask nobody anything. And he told us, he gave us a choice. He said we could have the athletic gym, or we could have the actual we got the athletic gym. It was athletic gym, a daycare, and a pizza place. He said, y'all pick which one y'all want. I'm gonna give y'all the keys, and y'all can have this business. Y'all can have the building, and y'all don't have to go to get no money or anything. We'll finance it for you all to get it up and going. We just want to see Mike and his friends do what we're doing. And he put us on the spot. And I said, let us think about it. He said, okay, fine. The next day, he said, let me know what you want to do. The next day, I told him, I said, I don't want to do no restaurant and stuff like that. That's too much to get involved with people. They never done business before. I was the only one out of my friends that had been an entrepreneur. And most of my friends were still working as teachers, principals, and stuff like that. And so he said, okay, I got something else y'all might want. So he took us to another neighborhood in a town called Nightdale, and he was going to give us a block. It had a barber shop, a beauty salon, and 3 houses on it. And he said, y'all can have this block. It's in your neighborhood. It's a black barber shop, black beauty salon. Y'all need to take care of this. And same thing, you don't have to go get no funding. You all take it. Y'all can take the houses, fix them up, rent them out, or flip them, however you want to do it. but we'll do all the funding for you all. And I said, let us think about it. We thought about it that night, and everybody then got checked as men. We thought we were men, and we got checked. And so I went back and I told him, I said, I don't want to be in debt to you, and I want to do like you all. We want to do it debt free. If you would just show us how you all do y'all investment group, so we can mimic it. And we done that. We started putting our investment group together. We started off, everybody put in $100. From $100, we went to $300 per month. We had to see, we had, in order to get in, you had to bring $100. Once you brought the $100, you were in. And then from
So
there,
wait, do you mean to tell me that you returned the money and said, over taking cash, we would rather take the knowledge so
yeah, we
that we
wanted the
can
knowledge.
duplicate
Yeah,
it?
we wanted the knowledge. We wanted the knowledge. We didn't want the cash. We didn't want to be in debt to them. We didn't want that. We wanted to be like them. We wanted to turn into the bank like they were. So we told him we didn't want the money. We wanted him to show us how he put it together. So he showed us how to do it. So for every week, for 2 days, 2 days every week for maybe 6 months, we met and we wrote out the bylaws. We went step by step through the bylaws. So he gave us their bylaws. We went step by step through the bylaws. We knew every word. If we didn't know the word, we looked it up. We called a lawyer. Until we knew everything or how they had somebody explain to us everything they were doing, and then we took off. And now we do the
Can
same
we
thing.
slow it down because we have a couple of questions
Uh,
because it's a lot of information that you are throwing out there. So Ernest, I don't think he was here earlier. I just want to be very clear. He asked, "Is this program the same as a major appliance and refrigeration technician?"
no, you're still talking about a job. I don't teach nobody how to get a job. At 35, no man want another man telling him what to do. I'm not teaching you to go get a job. I'm teaching you how to start a business. You have to compare me to the Mr. Appliances and the Roto Rooters. That's what it is. Mr. Appliance, you go pay $100,000 to Mr. Appliance, and you can get a Mr. Appliance franchise. You pay $100,000 to Roto Rooter, they'll give you a Roto Rooter franchise, but you have to give them a percentage of your money going forward. You pay me, you can pay $99 a month until you get it paid off. It's $1,500 to go to the live event, $850 just for the hands on, just for the online. And this past convention, we have a national convention for all the appliance repair business owners and stuff. This past convention, I had three people that had came to my course, and they paid the $500, and they was making more money than the people who had paid $100,000 to buy those franchises. And those people made those franchises were sick because they got to pay them money for the rest of their life. Those guys paid me $500. They made well over $100,000. And
Is it too personal of a question to ask
yeah,
how that so you guys came in and were able to come in, you were allowing people to come in with a base commitment of $100.
correct.
How did it, and you can be brief because I know you
I,
probably
I,
can't fit it
I,
all in
I
this
got all the time
conversation.
you want. Please go ahead.
How okay, so how does that correlate into where you are today? How did that $100 investment from several individuals blow up into something as meaningful as what you've got going on today?
Okay, so the $100 to get buy-in because we had a bunch of people. We had about maybe 20 people who said they wanted to do it. So we said, okay, on this day on Monday, come to this location and bring $100 in your pocket, and that $100 you in. And if you don't come with $100, you're not in. So we had 10 people to actually show up. So right then and there, we got $1,000. Then from there, we I got the bylaws from my business partner, and we said we're gonna go over these bylaws, and everybody had to be truthful and say, okay, how much money can you afford to actually pay per month, to and not hurt your family. We don't want nobody's family to be struggling, and we had to come to agreement that this money that we're putting in is not going to be money that we're going to be able to see in our lifetime. It's educational. The name of our investment group is P1322. P1322 stands for Proverbs 13:22. A good man leaving an inheritance for his children's children. And that's what we said. We're not might not make the money off of this, but we're gonna learn how to do it so we can teach our kids and grandkids. So we're gonna be the ones who make the sacrifice. And so from then, everybody started putting in $300 per month. So $300 per month, you got 10 people. That's $3,000 per month. At the end of the year, you got $36,000. We got $36,000 at the end of 1 year. And during that whole time, we learning how to write the bylaws. And now we're studying businesses and we studying places we can actually go put our money. After we got about $30,000, we bought a mattress store. We had a mattress store down in Princeton, Pound Level, North Carolina. We ran the mattress store for a while. After the mattress store, we were going to get in with our business partner. They're going to build these luxury apartments, and they told us that we could get in. We needed to bring, I think, to the table at that time it was like $100,000 cash we were going to have to bring in order to get in. It was like maybe a $13 million deal that they're going to do, buying luxury apartments, and they're going to give us a part of it. So we said, okay, fine. We liquidated everything we had, a vending machine business, all that. We liquidated it, got the cash at the last moment. At the last moment, my partner go back to India. He come back. His family back in India say we can't be a part of it no more. We can't. They won't let us in. We got axed out. So now we're starting to compete. So then from there, we started then loaning money out. So doing hard money lending.
Hard money loan. Oh my gosh, brother. And
Yeah.
this is something, and actually, this is something, and I want to back it up again because now we're getting into hard money loans, and I want to talk about some schematics that are and challenges that we face in our community when I see this, especially because we're also getting into real estate investment for the purpose of building businesses. Now, you guys know I've talked about that for 12 years. I worked in commercial real estate with a group of people from India.
Mm-hmm.
And hard money loans were the name of the game, and how they would grandfather themselves into the hospitality industry, which they
Mm-hmm.
have a stronghold on. And I always wondered why we didn't do that in the Black community. Now you're talking about getting into a place where you're providing hard money loans,
Yeah.
which is a
Yeah.
whole hustle. But this takes a lot of trust. So then I want to back it up. Number one, Peach Marie asked, "Do you share this information in your course?
Yeah.
Yes or no?" Okay, okay,
Every
okay,
penny, every way I've made my penny, I teach you in the course. And
okay.
go ahead.
So then my second thing is among Black people. So first of all, you heard it here. He's not, you see, he's not trying to hoard trade secrets. He's not shy about talking about it here. He says he shares it in his course. Remember, it is a weekend course. It's over the course of a weekend. It's what, 2, 3 days?
It used to be 2 days, now 3 days, Friday, Saturday, and
So this
Sunday.
is,
The reason I
okay,
do
so this is a,
the reason I do that because people are working. They can't take time to go off to school for 2 or 3 years. They got to provide for their family. And I want to make it so that you can just take a weekend away from work. Nobody know what you're doing. You come here, learn what you need, then you go back to work, and I show you how to be able to quit your job.
okay, so it's a 3-day course. Let's be clear. Now, I want to, and he shares all of these secrets with you. He's not trying to keep it because his goal is that the Black community build itself up. So him hoarding secrets is not going to help with that. Now, I do want to talk about the trust that has to be established. I
Okay.
find as Black people, we are our own worst enemy in that we don't really trust each other. So can you speak around how did you build that trust amongst each other as Black men to be willing to trust each other enough to engage in this level of investment? Like, where did that come from? Because a lot of times we don't have faith in each other like that, to engage in a business venture.
You mean within our group or with loaning money to other people?
Well, let's start with within the group, and then can you speak to loaning money out?
Okay, within the group, that's what your bylaws for. It's never personal. You write out the bylaws when everybody's happy, everybody's in agreement, and then you refer to the bylaws. So that's how you do all your deals and stuff. Got to come to the bylaws. So in order for us to vote and do something with the money, we have to have 8 out of 10. And if you don't have 8 out of 10, then you need to go do some more research and come back and actually persuade other people on your side. So your bylaws make sure that the trust is there and nobody does anything funky with the money. That's what the bylaws for. So you have your faith in the bylaws. It's kind of like the United States. United States, your faith is in the Constitution. With
Mm.
republic. So same thing. You want to build. You don't have no faith. I don't have no faith in the numbers. I have faith in what we wrote, and that's binding. So that's law. It can't go nowhere. So that's where you have your trust in. And you do all of that. You go through everything. If one of us gets divorced from our wives and stuff, you gotta get out because we won't be fighting with you and your wife and all that. So now they make you halfway have to act right at home because you remember when Donald Sullivan, with the Clippers, him and his wife want to get divorced, but he get divorced, he got to sell the team because nobody wants to get him to do that. So now you got halfway act right at home because you spoiled a pot that you got built up here. Same thing. If somebody get on drugs, you got to go through what we call the deadly deeds. If somebody get divorced, if somebody dies, if somebody get on drugs, somebody get disentrance, all that stuff you got to spell it out in those bylaws. What's going to happen? So when that person that happens to somebody, it's not personal, but this is what we say you got to do. This what happened to the business. And same thing. Later on, after it started, we started popping and we started making money and started making deals. People wanted that they didn't come in at the beginning. They wanted to jump in, a year later. We have to go to the bylaws. You can get in, but this is how much it's going to cost you now. You our friend, but hey, you should have came in at the beginning to get in now. This is how much it's going to cost you, and it's not feasible for them to jump in now unless they got a lot of money. Now,
So the
how we trust people who come to us for loans. Same thing. We don't trust them. We don't care about them. We don't care about their credit score and this and that. We look at the actual deal that they're bringing. So if they're doing a hard money lend on property, we look at the property. We look at the after repair value of it. So that the after repair value, we'll loan up to 70% of the after repair value. So suppose after they repair the house, it's going to be 100,000. We'll give you 70,000, and we'll give you a certain amount of time to actually finish it and get it up and give us our money back. If you don't, then we in first position to actually foreclose and take that property from you. And we hoping that you don't finish it and that you can't do it because you got a great deal and we want to pull that property from you and we got people who can finish it for us and instead of us making 12, 13%, no, we can make 30% or more. So we look at the deal that you bring. The persons that come to us for hard money lend, they go find some hellified deals, but they don't have the money to do it. Collectively, we got the money to do it, but we just don't have time to go find those deals. So we hope that sometimes that they don't finish the project, so we can snatch the deal from them.
I totally understand. I want to talk about women. In these YouTube streets, right?
Yeah.
Um, Women are preventing men from building. So, what about how are your
Oh.
relationships with women? As a man because you mentioned a couple sisters that are part of your program, do you feel
Mhm.
you have the support of women? Do you feel you are encumbered by women? Do women even play a part in anything that you have going on as far as making or breaking the movements that you're you're
Uh, we,
you're
uh,
choosing to make?
I'm happy to say, prior to Appliance Boot Camp, when I went, well, it's a shame. Prior to Appliance Boot Camp, we went to our national convention. You saw women there, but the women there was actually just secretaries or office staff for their husbands. They weren't actually out there running businesses. From Appliance Boot Camp, we probably have put maybe, God knows, I know right off the top of my head, maybe 10 women that we have put into the business. And a lot of them are national players in the business now. So now the women are out here. And because this right here is so, because you have to think, who's going to be at the house when they go there to fix the appliances? The husband is going to be at work. Most of the time, it's going to be another lady there. And the ladies have a sense of detail that men don't have. Men just say, "Okay, let me get in here and fix it and get out the way. I gotta get to the next call." The ladies, when they go there, when they pull the refrigerator back from the wall, they telling the other wife, "Hey, get me the broom. I'm gonna clean up back here behind it for you." Men, we don't care. We just want to fix it and leave. So they have a better sense of detail, and the women feel safer with the women coming into their place, and they can relate to them. So yeah, the women plays a very good deal. Now, as far as women holding men back, I don't buy into that. Today, this is true stuff. You look at my channel tomorrow, you'll see me. I gotta post up a video tomorrow. a lady. The women want these men to do right. They want these men to do right, and they invested in these men. I got a lady. The guy, she wanted her money back from the course. We don't do the refunds. We don't do the refunds because I'm going to force you to go out because I know you can make your money back in 2 to 3 weeks. And if you got a problem where you can't make your money back, you call me on the phone and we're going to figure out why you ain't made your money back and we're going to put you out there and let you go make your money. But I got a young lady. She called and she wanted her boyfriend or husband or whoever wanted a refund. And I said, can't do that. Call me. Let's find out what's going on. Why you didn't get your money. And upon further investigation, what happened? She paid for him to take the course, and and this cat didn't even look at the videos and didn't do anything. And that was her money. She paid $1,500, and he wanted to come to the course, and he hasn't done anything, and she invested into him. And I'm saying, make him do the work. And she's like, I can't do it. He won't listen to me. So I actually had to get on. I said, tell him to call me, and I talked to him about getting him the refund, give you your money back, because he said he was gonna pay her money back. He called me today, and I have to cuss him out and tell him, man, this you a man. But you got a woman paying for you to go do something, then you don't do it, and then you won't pay her money back. Well, I decided to go another route. Well, you went the wrong route because you can't pay her money back. You gotta pay her money back. I'm not gonna give you no money. I said it's one thing where you're doing this to her. I thought it was something going on and you had some type of problem. I thought it was more of a mental capacity. He had the mental capacity to do it. I was gonna fill him out that way, but he's just sorry. He's just sorry, and he took her money and won't gonna pay it back. And he talking about he's gonna do something else. And I told him he's not going to do that. He's going to stick to this one and gonna go out here and make her money back. After he make her money back, then he can go do something else. But first, before then, you got to give her money back. So I told him this. I said, look, this is what you do. You're gonna go and you're gonna look at that course, and I can see if they look at the course or not. You're gonna look at the course, and you're gonna start your business. And if you go out here and you earn $1,500 from your appliance repair business, then I will give you $1,500 back. But up until then, I'm not going to give you a penny back, and I'll be looking for you because as men, you can't do that, and that's the thing that we have to that a lot of men don't like. They don't like to be held accountable for what they do, and they got these women who actually trying to push them to get them to go do it, but a lot of times the men just they I don't know what it is. It's the sorriest group of men I ever seen in my life where they don't want to get out here and be held accountable. They think they can just take the money from their girlfriend and she pay she pay everything and he don't pay her back and he walk off from it. But yeah, we had some words about it, and he's gonna actually get out here and actually start his business, go make her money back. And then what's gonna happen when he go out here and make his money back? He's not gonna what's it called? He's not gonna want no refund back. So once you become a man and you can pay your bills and you in total control of paying everything, you like that. You don't want no handout from nobody. So yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Can we talk about a lot of times we hear people talk a lot about businesses and what it takes to succeed and you know male leadership and things like this, and they're not actually doing that.
Yeah.
Um, can we speak a little bit about the difference between like YouTube apologists and individuals like yourself who have built essentially what's an investment firm, right? Who are offering quick ways to for a person to turn around their life and start, on a path of actually building generational wealth, knowing how to properly invest. What is the difference between what you're doing and like a YouTube apologist? And how do we filter through recognizing the real from the fake?
Well, the difference is that I'm actually doing it, and you can touch it. And I put myself out here to be judged. So if I tell you I'm going to build an ice cream parlor, and I go by the building, you see the building, you see me build an ice cream parlor, you see the customers coming in, You can come here, you can taste it, you can buy the popcorn, you can taste it. All that stuff is stuff that you can judge. Most people on YouTube, the stuff that they're doing, there's no way you can judge it. There's no way there's no way you can prove if they know what they're doing or not. And unfortunately, I'm finding out most of them ain't never done business before. Most of them don't know anything about business. They're how can I say this? Unfortunately, as African Americans, we don't interact a lot with business owners. We don't interact a lot with entrepreneurs or power altogether. So we have this blurred vision of what actual power looks like. And when somebody comes to you with real power, they don't we don't like it because it's not like what we thought it was. I hate to say this, but maybe I can.
Wait,
Uh,
you mean you don't have your chains on? You don't have a fancy suit on? You look like you're someplace where some work might be getting done. So clearly you're not the man because
right,
you're not wearing the costume. So
right. I don't think I own a suit that fit. I don't. I go around millionaires every day, and none of them wear suits and stuff. Nobody wears the suits and stuff. The way I'm dressed is how these millionaires are dressed. The same thing. Today, I had an interview. It didn't go that well. I thought it went pretty well, but evidently the person, he's a well-known YouTuber. Evidently, he decided he didn't want to use it because he said this is the way I'm dressed right now. I'm too salesy and too flashy. And the reason I think he said that was the fact that because I get results. I deal in results. And it's because of the field that I work in. I work in fixing appliances. So I can't lie. If I come to your house and your refrigerator is broken, I can't lie to you and tell you it's fixed. You know quick that it's fixed and that I know what I'm doing or not. And I teach my business is the same way. And what happens when I come and I'm looking for results and I want to be able to touch something that you got. I want to see you come off of YouTube. I've been saying this forever. Come from behind the camera and let me see your console. Go grab something physical and put a business together. If you're talking about building Black Wall Street and stuff, where you're building at, where you took your money and they don't want to do it. They don't want to take their money and put it out there in the streets and get a return on it because they can't. What they want you to do, they want you to watch them, send your donations, and they don't build anything for us. I can't think of anything that I can touch where they can build. Not anything. I don't know not one thing that I can go and say you've been on YouTube for 10 years, 15 years. Where I can't even come and talk to you. You won't even give out your locations where I can even come talk to you. I'm here. Everybody knows where I'm located at. You can walk in here all the time and actually come in here and talk to me. I have people come up all the time to talk to me. They can come into the ice cream parlor, talk to me because I'm real. I'm doing this. They don't do it, and because I do it, I think sometimes that pushes people away because they say what happens is they say when real comes, fake have to leave. You can't act like a real business owner if once you get around a real business owner. And just the conversations and stuff that they talk about, the women. I could be honest. The millionaires I know, their wives are nothing like what they're telling you. All the stuff that they're telling you all about I don't know high value men wives and stuff like that. The millionaire wives I know ain't nothing like that. I don't think you can get. I had to apologize to my wife after I had two Indian business partners. You know, they get arranged marriages, and the wives supposed to be all this submissive. Those two, my two Indian business partner wives had more mouth than any sister I ever dated. I told them, I said, y'all need to go get y'all some sisters. Y'all wives are totally off. And you thought sisters, they talk about sisters got a lot of mouth. Those Indian wives had a lot of mouth. Matter of fact, one of my Indian partners, every so often, he had to go to the hospital for anxiety attack because his wife was worrying him that bad. And that was, but they get mad at the sisters when the sisters are here trying to help. And like I told him, I said, these sisters, they taking charges for Ray Ray and Junebug. They figure I'm gonna take a drug charge for you because you got a charge and I don't. They giving their bodies to Ray Ray and Junebug, putting their tattooing their names and stuff on them. So the sisters they want to be cooperative, but we just been so slavery messed us up so bad. Not only The sisters have problems, but I got problems. As a man, I got problems. How I expect her to be all of this? And then on top of that, the stuff that we're saying that it's just too much. I don't want to take your channel another way, but all that stuff is lies. All that stuff is lies. People want to.
No, I mean, I don't mind it. I think, and I mean, that's why I started this series, as I
Okay.
was saying. Yeah, I was saying that we hear a lot of stuff on YouTube, and both black men and black women get discouraged and get these weird ideas about success, about leadership, about building within the community from people who have nothing to show and
Right.
don't build. And the whole purpose of this series is because I know for a fact from my life that that's not how men who are leaders and builders and have healthy minds, that's not how they think. So I wanted to introduce them to men that are successful and community minded who are about something so that they can hear the difference. And I have to say, the way you sound and the way you talk and your thought process is the same as everybody that I've had on this series to date because they don't know each other. They're in all different parts of the country, but they have one thing in common, which is they lead and they build. And it takes a certain type of person to do that. And that doesn't resonate in a lot of the YouTube conversations. So we cannot base our communal worldview or what should be expected based on what people are saying on YouTube who have nothing tangible to offer in the real world.
I got a
So,
question. Why,
mhm.
I've been asking this forever. Why do we keep following them though? If they don't never show any of their work. If I get cursed out, I get threatened because I'm showing people how to really make money. And one time I was a scam. And then people start quitting their jobs, people making money, uh, people showing their bank accounts and all that. That's the other thing too. We challenge all these people to come show us if you got all this stuff that you say you got. Come show us. Come show us that you have it. And we put it up against we put our stuff up against you anytime, but nobody never comes to show it. And I don't know. I don't know. But we keep following them and we keep believing it. I think we like to be lied to be honest. Because if I lie to you about that and make it so there's something that you're not can attain, you don't feel like you have to go out here and do anything. You don't feel like you have to go out here and actually make any sacrifices or whatnot. But if you up against somebody like when I was up against Ron and Abdul, my two Indian business partners, it was in my face that I want shit. It was right here in my face. I could see it and say, okay, compared to them, I'm not doing anything. I gotta get step my game up. And now I think that's what's happening now. YouTube is actually starting to pull some real business owners out. And now the real business owners are actually coming out and people are seeing it and they're saying it's totally different than this guy. But you're not seeing no collaborations between real business owners and people who've been in this thing putting that information out because they don't want to be confronted with the real thing that comes the real thing of somebody out here doing business. They don't want to be confronted with that because with that there's no comparison, no comparison. Because what happened as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, um, uh, you can't stop me. I got power of dominion over everything. I'm a man. I got power of dominion over everything. And I'm gonna one of the guys. Uh, like I say, he just don't know who I am. And I just I will see him later on because I haven't been at this thing but like a year. I haven't been at this thing for like a year, and a whole in less than a year, we got the nation talking about us. The reason why you seeing these commercials running now about getting into the skilled trades, and you see in the New York Times and Washington Post and all them posts and all that, it's because of us. It's actually because of us. We're doing this, and and they think that you think that you can silence me and whatnot. I make my own way. I'm coming, and unfortunately, with me, I'm coming, and I'm a business owner. I'm the real deal, and like I say, you can see what I'm doing. I'm the real deal, so I'm coming. I'll be there. I'll be there.
So, before we close out, I just want to recap again what it is that you're offering to men and women in the community who are ready to take the next step to helping to build our communities up, invest in Black neighborhoods, and stop working for somebody but being in charge of their own financial liberty. Like what is it that Appliance Bootcamp is offering? I just want to recap it for those who aren't clear.
Okay. With appliance boot camp, appliance repair is just right now that's just the easiest avenue or easiest tool I can put in your pocket. Appliance repair. I'm teaching entrepreneurship. There's three components to make entrepreneurship work. You got to have knowledge, understanding, and the last, and that's what you're saying a lot with a lot of the people on YouTube. They have knowledge and understanding. They read all the books and they read all the books. They know all the quotes. They know how to do all. They know all of that information. But what they don't have is the last and the key ingredient that very few people have, and that's the wisdom. That's how to take all of that information you done read from Dr. Claude Anderson, from all the information you read from Robert Kiyosaki, all that stuff, and apply it to your life and get the results that they say you're supposed to get. The only way you're gonna get that wisdom, you got to have an entrepreneur. You got to have a businessman teach you. You can't teach. They can't teach that in school. They can't teach that in school. They can't teach that in nobody can teach it out in no book. They got to take the discipleship. They got to be like me calling that guy today, telling him he's going to get his ass out there and go make that lady money back. You got to have mentorship like that, and that's the only way you're going to be able to make it. And only people going to be able to teach you how to do that is an actual entrepreneur, somebody who's done it, somebody who's walked through it. You're not going to be able to get it out in no book, and that's what I'm doing right now. I just purchased another commercial building, and I got the people. We're actually in the process of renovating it. At the top, I'm gonna have luxury apartments. At the bottom, it's gonna be another commercial building. And this is what I put it out. I put it out on my channel too. If any African American would like to come out there, I'm gonna make sure that the building is functional and safe. I'm gonna make sure that the HVAC work, the plumbing is good, and the electrical is good. Any African American that comes to me and they have a business they want to put in there, and you can't come there and put no Herbalife and none of that stuff. But you come there with a legit business, I'd love to get an African American restaurant in there. If you come to me with saying, "Hey, I want to put an African American restaurant in," and you build out the bottom of it, you put your hood in, you put your fryers, and build it the way you want to. No, I will what you call. I'll give you 2 to 3 years of free rent to make sure that your business can be sustainable and get up and running. And we might even have some financing available with my group. I can't make that decision because I have to vote on with my group, but we might even have some finances available too. But if anybody come to me, I got the building, and that's the thing because I pay cash for it. It's my building. I can do that. I can now. I'm like Abdul and Ron, with I can walk around to my property and I can give it to somebody and say, "Hey, go start a business in there." Go start a business and be great. We can do that now. And so that's the stuff that I'm putting out there for them to come out here to Selma, North Carolina, and we putting businesses out here. I think we still on.
Oh, I thought I was just talking. Sorry. I was talking, but I was muted.
That's
I'm
no
sorry,
problem.
y'all. So I'm pasting it in the chat. It's also pinned to the top of the chat. It will be in the description box and comment section. You guys know that this will re-upload in its edited form with some visuals and graphics tomorrow as well. But I really encourage those of you who are interested, be clear, he's offering weekend courses. It's a 3-day course, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, to get you acclimated and ready to get into a skilled trade to start your own limited liability corporation. This is a trade that you can make, appliance repair is a trade you can make 6 figures in. He's also acquiring buildings. You heard him say that he has a commercial space right now that if you are a reputable individual who is from the Black community and you are looking to have a business within that building, that is a conversation you guys can have because he wants to fill that up with Black people. He's offering a little bit of free rent. He's especially interested in getting um, a restaurant in there if at all possible. I really encourage you guys to reach out to him. Reach out if you're interested in the training. He said this is a field that's great for people that maybe that had a criminal history that are having hard time getting employment. Starting your own business is a way to do that. He's available. He said after you take his course, forever, you're able to come back to him, ask questions, ask for help. The investment co op that he has with his partners, he says he shares information of how to do that. He's not holding anything back. He just wants to see our people succeed and he wants to give them the tools to do that. So, similar to how the choice he made for himself, which was to not take money, but to take the knowledge so he could build it up for himself. Instead of giving a man a fish, he wanted to be taught to fish, right? And he wants to teach others to fish as well. So this is what leadership looks like. This is leadership, right? He's taking care of him and his family, and at the same time, he's giving other Black people the tools to remake his model. He's not being greedy with that model, he's reinvesting into the community. So it's our choice to take the opportunity to do this. I think you're actually the first person I've had on here who's not working with Black youth, who has something that is immediately available for adults. So I'm really excited that you were recommended to me. Um, and do you have any last words before we check out of here?
Yes. One last thing. Most people come to me because of the real estate. Real estate is sexy. Everybody likes to see the real estate, and everybody likes to see the buy back the blocks and all that. That's how I got into YouTube because I was buying back the blocks in Rocky Mount. The thing that you have to realize that nobody's telling us on YouTube about this real estate stuff. People don't make their money in real estate. Real estate is where you store your money after you make it. Your money comes from your business. I take my money from my appliance repair business and I gotta put it someplace. I'm not gonna get a big enough return on it, and it's not gonna hedge against inflation at the bank. You take your money that you make from your business, and that's where you store that. Instead of storing it in the bank, you store it on these lots out here on the streets. That's where you store your money. So don't keep trying to run to go get the property, thinking that and you ain't got no money to upkeep it, and renovate it and stuff. Don't go do that. Don't go do that. Running trying to be sexy and trying to find out, trying to do all this financing scheme and way because you ain't got no money. Trying to do all this no doc stuff and all. No, go start your business. You go start your business, you then can take the cash from that business and then you can go pay cash for that real estate. You can pay cash to renovate, and that's where you store your money at. Don't get caught up in trying to bypass that step. You need to start a business, and you gotta start a real business. Don't try to start all this business stuff and get rich quick and trying to do all this stuff where you ain't got to put the work in. Go start your business where you provide a service or a product to the community and bring that money back into your community. The services that we provide and stuff, I provide it to upper class and rich neighborhoods. I bring the money from that upper class and rich neighborhood back into my community. My community right now, unfortunately, don't have any money, so I can't create a product for them unless I'm finally going to be able to get some of the money from my community with the ice cream parlor. Hopefully, I can start taking EBT cards. But up until then, I never made a lot of money out the black community because there's not a lot of money to come from it. But I can go over to appliance repair where people got $6,000 refrigerators, and I can pull $1,500, $1,600 a day out of that community and bring it back to my community and build my community up and start offering the stuff that's unique to my community. We need a good soul food restaurant. People come down here all the time to the South, and it's not a black-owned soul food restaurant here. We need a good black soul food restaurant here where we can actually put our displays out there. We're great musicians and all that. We need all of that stuff, and we don't have any of that stuff here. And we got to start building that stuff and providing it for our people. And like I say, these guys who y'all see on YouTube and all that, who got all these subscribers, supposedly making all this money, start asking them. Bring the people from your courses. Let us talk to them. The course, if you sell the course, bring them on. Open up the phone lines live. Don't just bring a guest in that you don't pre-vet it. Go live on your thing and tell people who have bought your course to call in and give live reviews of your course on there and see. Let's see what you have and see what you have and see what you've done and show us what you've done. So, all right, that's it for me.
Okay, so we do have one last question. How can people contact you?
They can. I'll put my email address right here. I'll put my email here so you can send it to them. That's the email address. You can email me there. If you ever in North Carolina, um, you go to the address. Just stop by. If I'm not here, I'll be here in a couple of minutes. I'm never too far away. But that's the address you can come to. Um, I'm not one of these guys who hide behind the camera the whole time. That's my address. So you come out here, come out and check out our ice cream parlor. We make homemade ice cream. We got right now we got over 30 some flavors. We're in the process of going into phase two where we're gonna have about 64 flavors. We made gourmet popcorn. I like the gourmet popcorn. I can ship that across the country. So I'm not just limited to it here in Selma, North Carolina. And so go there and check us out.
Oh, you cut off. But I'll say this, ladies, I can't, can you guys not hear him or is it just me that can't hear him?
Can you hear me?
Oh, now I can hear you. Now, ladies, behave because this man is married. Okay. These contact informations, ladies and gentlemen, are for business purposes only. Be on your best behavior. Okay. Okay. But yeah, thank you so much for taking the time to come over. Again, I will make sure all of the information gets in the description box, pinned to the chat below this video. I encourage you guys, especially if it's not for you, if you know somebody that could really use a leg up, right? Help them get in touch with um, the appliance boot camp so that they can take the course and get into appliance repair. Remember, it's not like like electrical engineering. It's not like a lot of trades where you need to get a lot of schooling and degrees and invest tons and tons of money. This is something that they don't have to do that with, where they can take this course and be immediately ready to start working as an entrepreneur for themselves, right? They can recoup that investment immediately and have all the help they need. Like he said, he's available forever. After you take the course, you can always come back to him and say, I'm having trouble getting clients, or how do I do this, or bounce ideas and things off of him because he has a heart to help people in our community. So just make sure that you guys just make sure that you guys pass this information on. If it doesn't work for you, there are definitely some men in your family that this may help, right?
Yeah.
There might be some young people that this may help. There may be some women that are interested. So pass it around, share the information, because for sure somebody in your life could use it, right?
Yeah. Can I say one more thing? And
Of
then
course.
um, I want to make this clear. This is not a hustle. Appliance repair is not a hustle. It's something that would change your family and the next generation behind that. I have been able to send my kids, all my kids, to the best private schools, paid cash for it. My wife doesn't have to work. I pay all the bills at my house. My family members. If appliance repair will provide jobs for your whole family. I mean, your whole family can live and eat off of this. My nephews, when they come out of school and they work for me, they make 75, $80,000 a year working for me. And my family members, my nieces and my nephews, when they go to college, they get a stipend from my business. They get monthly stipends from Sneed Appliance Service every month from my business. I'm also in our course. We show you how to actually use start VA, your virtual assistants, instead of you going out to the Philippines and using them to do your back end office work. I show you all how I done it. How I took my sister in law when she was in the sixth grade. She speaks better English than the people they have out here in the
Wait,
Philippines.
they may not understand what you're talking about. What's really popular now, for people who have businesses is you do need people to like answer lines and stuff for you, and a lot of that is outsourced to Asian countries. A lot of people may not know that. So that's what he's talking about when he says your virtual office assistants.
Yeah, so I made my sixth grade year old sixth grade sister-in-law. She started doing my office work, answering the phone and scheduling for me, and paying her $150 a week. That's great for a young lady in the sixth grade, and all the way through high school and college. That's what her job and my daughters. So you can take all that, and that's how you employ your people in your family. Your family, I'm telling you, appliance repair will come in, and if you got unemployment anywhere in your family, it'll employ all the men, it'll employ all the women. All of you all can eat. All of you all can eat. It's not no just a quick hustle to get by. I was an electrical engineer, and I left electrical engineering to do this. And this right here is, like I said, it's the most money I've ever. I've never been broke since I've done this. Never been broke doing appliance repair. I could wake up one morning with no money in my pocket, leave leave at 10 o'clock, come back at 5 o'clock, and I have $600, $700 cash in my pocket. I can't do that anywhere else. You can do that with appliance repair, and like I say, it's not just a quick hustle. It's a legitimate family business that will actually get your family out of poverty. That's it.
Excellent. And we should probably talk. We don't have to talk this evening because we probably both need a break because I know you were taking meetings all day and we both kind of hopped on this right after we finished with our day. But we should get together about linking you with over with Ziyex and possibly with George Macon's boys so that maybe some of the kids there can take advantage of the courses as well. There might be some interest there with some of the young men that are reaching that 18, 19-year old mark. So we'll have to talk about that offline, but I would definitely like to see that happen. But you guys pass his information around, okay, to those that might need it, and let's help each other get the leg up. So I really enjoyed this. This was definitely a change. You know, I love our babies, y'all, but I'm very happy to have somebody come on that can provide some information um, that is good for our older generation, right? And even some of our young people, but things that are applicable to a wide range of our people and not just our little tiny ones, because we do need a holistic approach to improving our community, providing some leadership and guidance to people of all age brackets. So you've definitely hit that mark. Thank you so much
Thank you. And
for coming.
if y'all want a high value man, send your boyfriend to Appliance Boot Camp. We'll make them high value for you.
I can't mess with you. All right, you guys. I'll talk to you later.
All right.